Hi everybody, welcome to the Manifold channel. Today we're going to continue our series of videos on the new join dialog. We're going to illustrate a raster to raster join. That's joining one image into another. And we're going to do that using a very common task, which is to take single channel images that are grayscale and combine them into a multiple channel image such as an RGB image. And we're going to work with this project right here. We're working with a Manifold System Release 9, and all this works in the free viewer as well. And we're going to click open this map to see what we have here. We have three images, channel 0, channel 1, and channel 2 here in the map. And all these images are just grayscale images. If we open them up one by one, we can see that it's just a, looking here in the component, we can see that's just a single channel, UN8. So it's a grayscale image. And when we put them all together in the map here, we can see here's channel 0. I'll double click open channel 1 and double click open channel 2. Now these were taken from ortho imagery grayscale bands, which were red, green, and blue bands, and what we're going to do is we're going to assemble them into an RGB image that has three bands, three channels to it. So let's get right to it. Since we already have channel 0 here, we're going to start with that as our base image, and I'm going to rename this to rename related, and I'm going to call this Warren, W-A-R-R-E-N A-F-B, because we're looking at Warren Air Force Base here near Cheyenne, Wyoming. I'm going to click rename, and that renames channel 0. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these other channels, the channel 1 and channel 2 images, into the Warren Air Force Base image. And to do that, I'm going to click on the Warren AFB tab to make that the active layer in the map. Then I'm going to click Edit, Join, to launch the Join dialog. And here we can see this is our so-called original image. That's the target image. That's Warren AFB. And here what I will do is I will select channel 1. So we're going to use channel 1, and what we're going to do is we're going to take tile data from pixel data from the channel 1 image, and we're going to put it into the Warren AFB. But what we want to do is we want to add a channel, and when you click the Add Channel button here, it gives you a list of channels from this guy, from the source image that you can use. We're going to use channel 0. All these other two images only have channel 0. So we're going to take channel 0 from this channel 1 image, and we're going to put it into channel 1 in the Warren AFB image. Click Join Component, and Manifold goes to work. These images, by the way, are about 400 megabytes. So what's kind of interesting about Release 9 is that you can create these projects where you have like a gigabyte or 2 gigabytes of images, and you don't care that everything just works normally. If you tried to do this in Release 8 or some other package, it would die, because here we have, let's see, 400 megabytes, 400 megabytes, and another 400 megabytes. Okay, we've just added a channel 1 to the Warren AFB image. If we look at it in the contents, we can see that it now has 2 channels in it. So let's, again with the focus here on Warren AFB, let's click Edit, Join, and now I'm going to join in the channel 2 image. That's the blue channel from the original. And here again I'm going to click Add, and we're going to add channel 0 from channel 2, because channel 2 only has one channel, channel 0, and that's going to come in as channel 2 into the Warren AFB image. Click Join, and when this join finishes, we're now going to have 3 channels in the Warren AFB image. The join dialog not only joins all the data into this image, it also creates a channel, because if you want to put that data that you're joining into a new channel, it'll automatically create that for you. And the result will be a Warren AFB image that has 3 channels. So there it is right there, and if we take a look at the contents, we can see that it does indeed have 3 channels to that image right now. We want to style this because by default there's no way for Manifold to know how you want to arrange those channels. So we want to arrange them as what I have to do, I have to click here, and let's delete that from the map, and let's add it again. For some reason, sometimes it loses track, and I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. This is only the second time in my life I've ever done this, so maybe I'm not getting the workflow right. Be that as it may, let's pick, we now focus on the Warren AFB. Let's make that an RGB image. Click Update Style, and you can see that becomes an RGB image. We can right-click and zoom in. Here we see Warren Air Force Base, which is on the outskirts of Wyoming, outskirts of Cheyenne, Wyoming, and this is the base that controls the Minuteman III nuclear missiles for the United States, in this part of the United States. And this is the storage facility where they store all the nukes. There's about 170 nuclear warheads in that facility right there. These are ortho photos which were shot in 2010, so they're pretty good resolution. I think they're about 0.3 meter, about 1/3 of a meter resolution, something like that. And we can see the context. Well, that's it. We've just done our task. It's that easy. We've taken 3 independent black and white images, channel 1, channel 2, and channel 0, and we've created a single RGB image. So we could call it a wrap at that and say that that's all we're going to do, but let's do something even cooler. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a backup of this because I want to change this, and let's make this a backup copy, and then down here paste. And it took it that long to copy and paste almost 500 megabytes worth of stuff. Let's rename this, and let's call that let's call this RGB. All right, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. Click rename, and now what I'm going to do is into this WARN AFB image. Let's say we feel kind of irresponsible having a high resolution photo here that shows all the details of security to 1/3 resolution. Let's go view native. You can see that's a pretty good resolution image there. Let's say we feel badly about showing all the details of security in a storage facility for 170 nuclear weapons. What we really want to do is we want to blur this out. So what we're going to do is we're going to take advantage of an image that we have here, and there'll be another video that shows you how to create these images called blurred. And when I double click on blurred to click that open, you can see what I've done here is this is just a part of an image that's been blurred artificially. If we dragged and dropped the blurred image into the map, you can see how it overlays, and what it does, it just kind of fuzzes out that. And this is a good technique that people use with photographs they want to publish, where they don't want to show security information to just anybody. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this blurred image, and we're going to merge that blurred image into the WARN AFB image, which is right now higher resolution. So the WARN AFB image is going to end up being blurred, and let's do that. And we can use the blurred image here, even though I have the layer turned off. I want to have the focus on the layer for the WARN AFB image. Now I click Edit, Join, and I'm going to join the blurred image into WARN AFB. And the way I'm going to do that is I want to take, because the blurred image is a 3-channel image, it's also got red, green, and blue channels, channel 0, channel 1, channel 2. I want to take channel 0 from the blurred image and copy it into channel 0 in the WARN AFB image. I'm going to take channel 1 from the blurred image and copy it into channel 1 in the WARN AFB image. And I want to take channel 3 from the blurred image and copy it into channel 2. This is a join, and the transfer rule that we're using is copy. So let's click Join Component, and let's see how that works. Now the result of this, when we're done, should be that the portion of the WARN AFB image, which was overlaid by the blurred image, is going to be replaced by pixels in the blurred image. And there it is. I'm going to take the blurred image here, and let's remove that, delete that from the map. And we can see that the WARN AFB image has indeed been modified. It's been changed. In fact, if I open it up in its own window, you can see that there it is. It's been modified. By the way, Manifold is also automatically reprojecting all this in the fly. This particular image is in NAD UTM zone 13 north, and the map is in Pseudo Mercator. So if you see some slight differences when we're panning and zooming around in terms of scale with these different images, here's the image in its own native resolution and native projection, UTM-13N, and here it is automatically reprojected on the fly. Manifold reprojects images on the fly so fast that you can have a map with, like gigabytes worth of images in it, and it's going to be reprojected into the Pseudo Mercator that the map uses. All right, well, so far so cool. What we've done is wonderful, and we've shown you how to do two types of joins between rasters. One join is where we take the data from a particular raster and we put it into a new channel that we create in the image. That's the first thing we did when we created this WARN AFB image out of 3 grayscale images, each one of which was a single channel. The other thing that we did is we took one RGB image, which was this blurred image here, and we merged that into the other RGB image, WARN AFB, by choosing which channels from the one RGB image we wanted to go into the other RGB image. So that's how you do raster to raster merge, raster to raster joins. And we're going to do one last thing in the next video, which is going to be a separate video because I don't want to let this one run too long, where we're going to show you how to knock out parts of the image that you don't want to see. So that'll be the very next video coming up. For now, we're gonna call it a wrap. We've learned how to use the join dialog to do raster to raster. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Anything you want to learn more, check out in the documentation. Drill into the documentation, which has hundreds of topics that are step-by-step, lavishly illustrated topics that illustrate anything you possibly want to see. Thanks for watching, and goodbye from Manifold Land. Well, that was fun. If you want to see more, visit us at www.manifold.net. As always, Manifold delivers the world's most advanced, highest quality spatial products for GIS and DBMS at a low price that you can afford. Once again, that's manifold.net. See you soon.